From one of my old piles of wood, I found this log branch. I think he had better days in his life. And I decided I'll try and save it and try and do one or two projects out of it. And cut it, and I managed to pull out two nice pieces of log out of it. They didn't fall apart when I cut it out. And on this video, I will do one of them. I'll use resin and the wood, and I'll try to save it. Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel, and here I'm starting and doing a tenant so I can work on it. And I had a problem with the center of the tenant because it did not have enough space to hold it, so I had to turn it around. And I created the tenant on the other side, and now I connected it, and now I'm ready to square the wood and bring it to a full clean cylinder, um, even from top to bottom. I'm using a PVC pipe as my vessel, and I'm trying to get as close as possible to the size of the PVC so I don't have to lose too much resin when I pour it inside. Of course, hot gun glue, and the resin I'm going to put inside is white, blue, um, and pearl, white pearl and blue pearl. I think that white and blue goes very well with olive wood, um, and that's what I've got. It's a wild, it's a wild olive. It's this branch is from a tree that a friend gave me, and it's pretty. It's got nice grains inside, and I didn't want to lose it, so I decided to impregnate it with resin and try to save it. I'm drilling a 55 mil hole, and I'm going to use it as a recess, and of course I'm going to use it later to make it easier to hollow it. I use my normal chuck for the recess, and to discover a little bit later that was a little bit of a mistake, but it was easy to fix, and I'll show you now what happened. The idea is to clean the wood from the resin from the outside, and then to do a better tenant with a lot more space to hold it. Look at these streams of wood like fountains, like musical fountains. And I'm creating a nice tenant so I can hold it and turn it around and start hollowing it properly and give it the shape that I wanted to give. I decided to clean out the other side of to square the tenant, and that wasn't a good idea at all. And the mistake was that I used short jaws, so I replaced it with a chuck with longer jaws, so it will sit much better, and I will clean the tenant from the outside with the parting tool. It came out much easier and much safer. And now I'm going to start slowly creating the shape that I want, for the shape of the vase that I want. Um, and I'm going to keep it on this side, um, and finish the outside of the vase. I decided it's going to be a vase, so I'm going to do it everything from this side, where I'm holding it on my recess, and I'm holding it with the tailstock, and slowly I'll create the shape, the outside shape of the vase. You'll see that this piece of wood's got beautiful grain. It was from old wood, all tree, so it's got nice rings and nice veins and nice grain inside. Um, and it's hard, it's hard, and every time it will stop, you will see like few lines of blue, and you will see the deep crack that this wood had. If I wouldn't use resin, and I'll try to work it, probably it will crack on me, it break on me, and I'll lose this beautiful piece of wood. Now I'm going to give it my normal um, 2 lines or 3 lines that I'm going to burn in. I like to do it on the bottom of most of my project, and I couldn't find my formica piece. I'm using here. I'm using here a lollipop piece of wood, ice cream lollipop piece of wood that I've got, that I'm using to mix the color, and I'm using this thing to burn it in. If the speed is high enough, you can use any piece of wood you can use for that. I start sanding, but I didn't like the shape in one place. You will see here, I'll put an arrow quickly, and you will see here there is like a small hump. I could take it off with the sandpaper. I didn't like it. I didn't like the shape over there. So I used the skew to remove the small hump, and then I went back again to flat it and to sand it from 150 all the way to 400 on this project. Because wild olive wood leaves a lot of dust and resin in the wood. Before I even put the Yorkshire Grid, I'm cleaning the wood with alcohol, and it removes all the small dust that sits in the pose. So now I'm using Yorkshire Grid, the 1K Yorkshire Grid, and after the Yorkshire Grid, I'm going to go to Obishanjos. Look at the beautiful shine that Obishanjus is putting on this wild olive. Look at the grain that this wild olive um, gives out. It's beautiful, 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 especially at the bottom where it cuts into the middle of the wood. And the same we will see later. Um, uh, if you stay with me, you'll see later the inside of the wood, how beautiful the grain looks like. It's really, really beautiful. I'm running with the same angle that I'm running with the outside. Um, so it will be the same in the inside like the outside. And in one stage, just now, I'm going to change direction of the lathe, because it's easier to work on the opposite side, um, much easier. I don't have to bend over and look inside. This way I can work much easier, and I'm thankful that I've got a Nova XP that I can reverse the direction of the lathe. I'm using the extension for the sanding, only for the end, and then the rest of it I'll do it by hand. Also the same from 150 all the way to 400, and in between I'm going to clean it with alcohol. Look at the grains. You can see them even without the aubergine juice and without um, the Yorkshire Grid, how beautiful the grain looks like. Amazing wood, don't you think so? What nature can do, unbelievable. The biggest. Okay, let me. Paparazzi time, paparazzi. Let me take some photos quickly. I'll probably use those photos later for my thumbnails. And of course, aubergine juice. I thought to myself that would be the best way for me to remove the stamp of the tenant um, without doing any damage. I didn't want to put the inside uh, block, so I thought that maybe that will solve the problem, and actually did. Yeah, I didn't have any problems with that, and I solved the problem. And I removed the stamp, the tenant stamp. For me, I decided a long time ago that I'll do it as much as possible. I will sandpaper, I'll put Yorkshire Grid, I'll do everything with the support of the tailstock. And the piece that's left, that will be the last thing that I'm going to move. Sorry, but I think I lost a frame where I'm taking the small piece off. My logo goes on. And after that, in the end, I'll show you some photos and I'll show you a small video how it looks like finished. There is some more photos coming in the end. Hi, Ahron here. Thank you for staying all the way to the end of the video. I hope you like it. I hope you think that look at the pattern of this wood. Instead of going to the fireplace or the smoker, I decided to impregnate it with some resin and save it. It's cracked all over. You can see here, especially cracked right through, all the way to the other side. Couldn't work with that without impregnated with the resin. It will break. I think that wild olive and blue and white is a nice combination. You must let me know if you like this combination. And that will be one out of 3 projects that I'm going to do. Each one of them will be a little bit different, but all of them will be with resin, because this branch that I had, that you saw at the beginning of the video, there's nothing else I can do with that. It's got holes, it's been eaten by time, it's been eaten by rotten. So I want to save it. It's because the grain inside, it's beautiful, really, really beautiful. The other one, I'll try maybe cut it this way, and I will present better the grain, the beautiful grain that it's got. So thank you very much. If you liked it, don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment at the bottom, and I will see you on my next video. Cheers.